Yeah, facing your fears, that's the one. How do you face your fears? You don't. You don't have to face fears. You don't have to even deal with fear, because fear is only relevant if you're not living in love. When I first got into this meditation business, it was after really excessing on everything, 5 hours of yoga a day, like fucking, just everything was just, I did over the top. So then I did the same on meditation, and very quickly I saw a lot of things, and some things were fun to see, and other things, it wasn't too scary, but it was kind of scary as in like, oh my god, I'm in the middle of the universe shooting around right now. Like, it was kind of it was a bit uncomfortable and a bit upsetting for my system, because my body didn't like what I was doing. It was like I was betraying it. I quickly realized that all the fear was coming from ideas that I was having rather than the world that I was in, because my fears were so ridiculous. They just kept manifesting. They were like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, and somehow I would hurt that person's feelings, or so. It was just this, there was just so much being shown to me that it doesn't matter what form of fear it is, it will show up, and you will keep seeing it until you figure it out. And so the best way to face your fears is to look at what you're resisting most and just be okay with it. All it is fear is usually attached to, I don't want this person to judge me, I don't want to let this person down, I feel lesser than this person is better than me, I feel like I can't do anything right for this person. That's fear. It's not, fear isn't all about monsters and that. It's about letting people down, fear of being misunderstood, fear of being judged. It's just all these little just ideas. And before you know where you are, everyone's got their little hang-up. I remember when I was young, I was round my mother-in-law's house, and she looked at my feet, she was like, oh, your feet, they're so ugly, you have bunions. And I was a ballerina. I mean, pretty much every ballerina I've ever known has had disgusting feet. And then from that day until like just a few years ago, I would hide my feet and squish them into small shoes, and they would be really super painful and stuff. And it was just because I was so afraid of being judged, and the fear that love would be taken away at such a snappy incident of like, oh wow, disgusting feet, can't love you now. Honestly, and I shit you not, people were like, wow, you have the most beautiful feet. They look so, and I'm like, I'll take it. I'm not going to argue anymore. I'm like, they're beautiful. I'm not going to believe that one woman, and then all these beautiful beings I meet now tell me a new truth. I'll take the new truth, thank you very much. Because everything's a dream, everything's an illusion. There's one now. It's all happening right now. It's one ride. This earth, the Son of God is on one ride, and this is it. And it may seem like we got a history, but it's only in the story form. Your yesterday, how do you know it was really yesterday? How do you know the memories you woke up with are the memories that you went to bed with? How do you know? No one fucking knows. They don't know how their bodies really work. They don't know how electricity works. How the fuck are they going to figure their bodies out? It's just, let it go. Let that energy that beats your heart do all the work, and boom. So, the most powerful way for you to communicate is the word they use is prayer, but praying is really just talking to yourself. It's asking your higher self for clarity and for healing and all sorts of other things. So why is it that prayer is so important? Well, we're focused beings, and most of the time we're not actually talking to God unless we're very cognitive of our stream of thoughts. If we have that greater awareness, then we're constantly aware that we're thinking, and we're able to see these thoughts as clouds rather than our reality and something to get stuck into. So when you pray, you create a direct connection to God. And you have to be high energy for it to go through. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you've got to be happy and spastic. Many people get through when they're in deep despair, and that's just usually how most people are getting there this way. Is their first experience with that energy, and that it's actually real, and it can help you. But if you are smart and if you're wise and you've learned to communicate with yourself well and cultivate love with your own experience, then it literally becomes the most precious relationship you have. It becomes your mum and your dad and your best friend, and it's this child that's experiencing everything through you. It's just, it's everything. But what it is more than anything is a powerful, compassionate energy that can change your reality, and you just have to ask for it and hold faith and get out of your own way. I mean, it's as simple as that. Most people think that they've got to earn stuff, but you never had to earn anything.